Our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, is here to answer your questions about the headlines everyone is talking about. So let's get to it.
All right, Doc, it feels like the pandemic's over, right? We're not wearing masks anymore, although I did have to wear a mask yesterday because my child swallowed a penny and I had to go to emergency room.
What?
It's all good, though. It's all good. He'll process it and make change. But I was like, wow, I gotta wear this mask, you know? It's crazy, just for a half hour. I didn't like it. We are vaccinated. Is this new variant or whatever virus should we worry about it?
You know, Jeff, it feels like it's over, but it's not over. 100,000 cases a day, and that's not counting the home tests. And we all know people who tested positive at home didn't call anyone and tell them about it. So yes, we're in the midst of a huge number of infections, and those of us that haven't gotten it are very susceptible, but we don't have to worry as much this time as we did before for a number of reasons. One, Omicron is a lot milder. Two, most of us are vaccinated, so that really reduces the severity of the infection. And three, we have those antivirals that are now available. So we have treatment and therapies that are available. So we still have to keep our guard up, but thankfully it doesn't seem as dire as it was before.
So what if somebody's saying, like, I'm keeping my guard up, but I think I have symptoms? Like, what should they do? If they're not that bad, but, you know, they still have symptoms, what should they do?
It's a great question because symptoms right now could be allergies, could be monkeypox.
What?
You know, because that's going around.
Oh, I saw that. That looks gnarly.
Rule that out. That can be.
I've never heard of monkeypox. What has happened?
Really? Look at her face. She clearly has never heard of it. She's yes, it's scary. Yes.
Let's talk about that in a minute, but I want to answer Al's question first, which is that it could be anything. So if you have symptoms and you test negative on a rapid test, 100% of the time you cannot stop there. You must follow with the PCR test because now that we're vaccinated, our immune system activates before the viral load really goes up. So you could get a false negative on that rapid test. So testing is the first piece. Make sure you get that PCR test, or if you're rapid positive, you can stop there. Tracing is the second piece. Call all your friends that you've seen in the last 5 to 7 days and tell them you have Omicron. No shame about it. Just try to look out for them. And then the third piece is treatment, the third T, which is call your doctor and see if you're eligible for Paxlovid, which is an antiviral therapy that can reduce your chance of getting an infection, getting in the hospital, make you feel better faster.
And what was that name again?
Paxlovid. And it's made by Pfizer. And you know, in general, we've been reserving it for high-risk people, but Pfizer is currently doing trials looking at it in healthy people because it can reduce the rate of you getting in the hospital by 70% if you're healthy.
Wow.
All right. Well, Sam kind of brought this up. Monkeypox. I saw it this weekend. Sammy did not. Yeah, I mean, I saw a story on it.
We have a viewer right here. Cam from Grand Lake wants to know what those symptoms are. So I'm not the only one that's like, what?
Yeah, and how serious is it?
It can be really serious. I mean, most of the times it's a moderate illness, but in Africa it can have a mortality rate of 10%.
Oh man.
Yeah, meaning 1 out of 10 people can die from it. Here in the U.S., the strain that's here seems to have a lower mortality rate, 1%. But it's here. It's here in multiple countries. It's looking and smelling a lot like COVID, right? Because it's a global outbreak.
I like it when it smells like Christmas. It's better. Okay. I don't like this.
It's a virus that you can catch from person-to-person contact. And for now, we're seeing it mostly in men who have sex with other men, but it's not limited to that demographic because we know that it's spread by respiratory droplets. It looks a lot like COVID in the early stages: fevers, malaise, chills.
Oh, here's some footage. Muscle
aches, yeah, and then you can get a rash a few days later. Now, what sets it apart from COVID is that you get lymph nodes that are swollen. So if you have lymph nodes, you have a fever, and then eventually you develop a rash, it is really important not to go anywhere, isolate yourself, and call your doctor right away. Wow. And you know, guys, I don't know if you're vaccinated against smallpox. I'm not, because they had eliminated the vaccination by the time I was born. Wow. So we now have a large proportion of the population that is potentially susceptible because this is part of the smallpox virus family.
If you get the chickenpox, I hope this isn't a stupid question, is it somehow related where you would have some sort of immunity if you had chickenpox as a kid?
Unfortunately, no. Okay. Not really, but smallpox.
Okay, so Jeff liked that. You gave me a little.
I was ready to tear it down, but I was like, all right.
I was hoping the answer would be yes. That's scary.
Doc, you started off up here positive, and then you brought it.
Yeah, introduce a new one.
We love you, Dr. Kohli. Okay, if you guys have any questions you would like answered by Dr. Kohli, please write to us on social media or at info@dailyblastlive.com.